All right, so here we're given some relations and we want to answer the questions here. We want to find the domain and range of these guys and then determine if it's a function or not. All right, let's do the first one here, okay? I'll do that one in blue, right? Remember, these are ordered pairs, right? So here we see 4 ordered pairs. So the domain, right? I'm just going to put a D here, right? So the domain would be all of the x values. Now, in this case, we see that each x coordinate is actually the same, right? It's just 0. So the domain will just be the set that consists of one element, in this case, the number 0, right? Okay, here the range then is going to be all the y coordinates here. So in this case, we see 4 different y values, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now, is this a function? Remember, how do you determine if a relation is a function or not? Basically, in simple terms, right, are there any repeating x values? In this case, it's yes, there are, well, there's 4 repeating x values, right? But because there is at least one repeating x value, this would not be a function, right? So not a function. Right, so as long as you remember that, right? And in an ordered pair, the x value would be part of the domain, the y value would be part of the range, and to determine if something is a function or not, there should be no repeating x values. Okay? So we'll do the second one here. Okay, so similarly, domain will take all of the x values, in this case 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, the range then would be all of the y values here. Okay, so we'll take all the y values here, 0, 1, 4, and 9. And is this a function? Well, all we have to do is really just look at all the x values, right? Do we see any repeating x values here? There are none, so yes, this is a function. All right, what about the third one here? Okay, so the third one, I'll just do that down here, right? So we'll take these 4 ordered pairs. Okay, so the domain would be all of the x values. So we'll take all 4 of these x values, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now what is the range in this case? The range here would be all the y values, but hey, wait a minute, all the y values are the same, right? There's a single y value. Okay. Is this a function? Now we notice here, wait a minute, the y values are repeating, but remember, to be a function, that doesn't matter, right? What matters is, are there any repeating x values? And here there are none, so there are no repeating x values, which means that yes, it is a function. All right, what about the last one here? Now, you notice the last one is given in a table format. Okay, but essentially what we can do is just, we can rewrite it as ordered pairs if you want. The input is the x value, the output is the y value, right? So we'll do -2, 0, 4, 3, 4, 0, and 9, 5, right? So in this case then, remember, you don't need to rewrite it if you don't want to, but the domain would be all of the input or the x values. So we'll put the -2, 4, and the 9. Right, the range would be all of the y values. In this case, we got 0, 3, and 5. So is this going to be a function? Well, we notice that there is a repeating x value, right? So that would make it not a function. Remember, make sure you remember the properties, right? To determine if a relation is a function or not.